Arizona Governor Doug Ducey says the state is using shipping containers to fill gaps in the border wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
But will that work? CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes traveled all the way to the unfinished border wall in Yuma, Arizona to see firsthand and give you a look.
If you take a look behind me, you can see the shipping containers being installed right now because Arizona's governor says they just can't wait for the federal government anymore.
We've seen Yuma's hospital system get overwhelmed with treating migrants and not being able to treat Yuma residents. Law enforcement has been overwhelmed with the massive amounts of drugs coming through and seizures and arresting people.
Arizona's Director of Homeland Security, Tim Romer, says since Friday, Arizona is spending $6 million of its $335 million from the state budget to address border security issues by installing these shipping containers in the gaps of the unfinished border wall because Yuma just can't handle the migrants crossing the border every single day.
The easiest thing to do today is to close the gaps. It will help everybody on the border save lives.
But not everyone thinks using the shipping containers is the right thing to do. CBS 8 reached out to Arizona congressional representatives for comment, and District 3's Raul Grijalva says in part, quote, Governor Ducey is deploying his best political showbiz tactics. The use of shipping containers is reckless and expensive and is weak political symbolism at best.
It's a lot more bipartisan than it is in other places in the country. We have Republicans and Democrats. Right now, we have 2 U.S. senators that are Democrats that are constantly applauding the governor's efforts to secure the border, to use the National Guard.
State Democratic leaders in Arizona say that's just not true. They disagree with Romer, saying the money for Arizona's border fence was approved in a separate bill outside of the bipartisan state budget and had no Democratic votes. And there are now questions about the shipping containers' effectiveness after this picture showed up that 2 containers have already fallen over.
This ladder is used to jump over the wall.
Enrique Morones with Gente Unida, a human rights border coalition, says the shipping containers will not keep migrants out.
The 30-foot wall is causing people to fall off the wall, break their neck, and die, serious injuries. These containers are actually easier to scale. They can use ladders like this. They have a flat surface and then they use a rope.
Kirsten Holmes, CBS 8.